Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors unto the elders and the apostles, a great millstone. Salutation to Akim pushing this word in sincerity and truth. And, just not too long, Katapa, maybe an hour ago, and, looking to put in some work. Because in these times, more so ever, we ought to push forward to the price, we ought to fire it up. As the scripture said, the Lord set watchmen upon his wall who will not hold the peace day nor night until Jerusalem, um, gets praised upon the earth, be exalted upon this earth. Right? This one here going into President Trump to sign executive order to identify, punish, and deport Semites, right? And we know, everything will always line and tying into the prophets, because they even bring out a new news group to bring out information that to combat false information, that is go about. But we know is there some more control at the media and the narrative with that, because they don't want certain things, they don't want it open to the public. That is why they want to set up that new article. But these years, that's one of the things, because Trump is making a lot of moves. And we know ultimately the Lord, Proverbs 20:21-1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he, moveth it soever he willed. Just roughly paraphrasing. Because the Lord said he who muster the battle, right? Right now the Lord putting up that spirit of making Babylon great again upon Trump. Right. Now we see in the results. So let me go to Google, right, and get the word antisemitism. It's a hostility to or prejudice against Jewish people. Antisemitism means prejudice against or hatred of Jews. In the United States, anti-Semitism indicates continue to rise yearly. Hatred of Jews can take many forms, including violent attacks. It also appears in daily life. And that's it, speaking against these Israelis who actually has the identity of another, right? That's to show you that the wicked is in rulership, because the scripture say, and he does puff at the enemies, so he's setting up measures, because those that not willing to conform to his liking, you see them as his enemies, so you would put things in place to be against them. Psalms 10 and verses 5. It says his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Yeah. Because it's all in defense of these Amalekites in our land. That's why you see, they support Israel heavily, because that is the whole thing about Israel. They possess our lands. That's why the scriptures speak of they had the high places. But man, the truth only ancient So, the ancient high that they possess the ancient high places. Right. Ezekiel 36 and 2. Thus said the Lord, because the enemy had said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Right? Yeah. Because they say that the ancient high places, our our lands, they are in their hands. And look now, even now the beast is actually the hoe that riding the beast, she actually start to show some fangs, right? Again, that old spirit, that old dominance, and having the nations drinking that wine is being sent out. That's why I'd say the nations they being mad because of her actions. Right? Revelation 14 and verses 18. Now, Revelation 14 14 and uh, I'll get the one in Jeremiah just right. It says, and they followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, right? Because Babylon likened unto before, in the Roman Empire they were known as the Red Dragon, and we know America in the whole image. Rome revived all over again. Right? It's because she made all nations drunk of the wine of her wrath, of her fornication. And that is what she she coming she coming back out, you know, with her fangs, riding upon the people. Right? That is why they setting up laws unrighteous decrees, the book of Isaiah 10, right? And one wanted them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that right grievousness which they have prescribed. Because I was just taking in an next video concerning you know the PCMP um for California. He was saying that he not they're not gonna conform to Americans, wishes, you know, with the tariffs and whatnot to affect California. They're not gonna submit, right? And I said because all these nations actually seen Babylon for who it really is. That is why I'll bring the Jeremiah 51, you know, and alongside all her philosophies and her fornication that they have drunk enough, the Babylon always had a, 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 a hold, a strong hold, you know, against these nations, but now you're seeing these nations, they're retaliating. Um, Look at Jeremiah 51. That's why even California, yeah, I'll bring the video. Right, Jeremiah 51 and 7. It said Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. Yeah, as we see, in a high time, in a prime, she took down the she won the Spanish the war against the Spaniards, the French, fought Great Britain, you know, and hey, she inflicted, great fear upon the people. And the time when this Revelation, when it says that she caused fire to fall from heaven, and Revelation 13 and 30, and he did great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And that was mentioned in the time World War One, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, with Little Man and Fat Boy. When she, thousands were killed, right? And all that was just the reign of Babylon, and now that old warlike spirit is rising up, to actually go to Babylon the Great's full potential. And as we know, the scripture says, as soon as he's about to fill his belly, that when the Lord is gonna take him out. Because that's why these precepts has to come to pass. Babylon the Great has to sway into that direction, to go to be treacherous against these other nations in different means. And we see Babylon sending off tariffs against many countries. It said Babylon had built a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunk, and the nations have drunken of her wine. They fed up. These nations are actually fed up now. They, through hard work, have gained. They, through their hard work, have gained, and built their country. And this devil is actually coming to place, rules and regulation against them. They're not gonna conform, They're not gonna conform to this man's order anymore. But see, the nations have drunk enough of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. House for her. Take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. Because the Lord is manifesting that in these times. There again, they cannot stop the truth, just roughly paraphrasing, they can't, stop this truth. They can't be against the truth, but for the truth in the end, it's all for the truth and to, manifest the prophecies, right? Yeah. So, bear with me.
Most Canada will never be the 51st state of the U.S. We have a heroic history, a great people, and a very proud future ahead of us. And the president has raised concerns about our border and the government's destruction of our military. Well, we should reinforce our border to stop fentanyl, guns, stolen cars, not just for President Trump, but for our own people after 9 years of Trudeau losing control of the border. And we need to rebuild our military to protect our continent and our country against Chinese and Russian submarines and spy balloons, terrorists, and other risks, and to rebuild that.
Yeah, what we mentioned is Canada won't be the 51st state in America, and Trump says, if they don't wanna submit, he's gonna send tariffs upon them. And we know that is all the traits of the beast, but not straying too far, The scriptures say that in Revelation, because he wanna impose laws against antisemitism and whatnot, but They aren't the Jews in the land. Right? Revelation 13. Revelation 2. Revelation 2 and 9, it says, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. And we know who relates to the synagogue of Satan, in I think it's 2 Thessalonians, right? Because the Lord created them to be the wicked, right? They These Amalekites, which is the grandson Esau, all of them are bloodline related Edomites. Esau, Edom. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, it says, even whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Right, because this actually goes into the wicked being revealed in these times. And that was in verses 8. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. Because we the prophets here out here shedding a light upon all his lies, because the scripture says the Lord is making them bare. How are the thing that Esau search out, everything being uncovered by the ministry of the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Yeah, so that is why it explained they being of the synagogue of Satan, because this man here is just the plain wicked for you, and he, imagine he's standing for what these Israelis are actually doing unto the Palestinians and whatnot, destroying other nations, military, investments and whatnot, using lies and saying that it might pose a threat, or they hold biochemical weapons or whatnot, and what we know, it's holy devil, because then it's soon gonna line up with what the men of the Lord being Semites, because it's all gonna tie in soon, right? As the scriptures say, that the servant is not greater than the master, right? Look at that. John 15:20, remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If you have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. Yeah. Because, we out here knowing the truth, and this the same word is going to be a threat against their system, against their state. Because we don't stand for what they want to execute. Right? Like what it say, and it had a great insurrection. Right? 2 16, 70 and For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen sparing none. Yeah, because hey, laws gonna be set, very soon, you know, against this ministry that we preach, because they would class us as an anti-Sem, you know, anti-Semitism group, Black Hebrew Israelites, and whatnot, you know. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. Sparing none but spoil, destroying those that fear the Lord. And who are they that fear the Lord? The prophets. Right? For they shall waste and take away the goods and cast them into their houses. Yeah, next one to close out. Luke 21:12. But before all these, they shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, delivering you up to the synagogue, and into prisons, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. I shall turn to you for a testimony. And so persons are defined, Trump is moving out into bringing laws against antisemitism. One of us, as I mentioned earlier, the data news media about, to combat, false information. Why this is just to really push the narrative, that totally further defined against the energy of national. Shalom.